let's look at constructing a histogram. And when we're constructing a histogram, what we need to look at is, one thing to remember is we're only going to put these lower limits on the x-axis. So on the y-axis, we're going to put the frequency. And so our highest frequency is 6, so I'm going to put 6 up here. And then here's going to be 3, so we'll have 2 and 1, 4 and 5. And then along the x-axis, we're going to be talking about speed in miles per hour. And then we're only going to put our lower limits here. So we'll have 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, and then this, we actually need to go to the next lower limit, which is going to be 54. And a histogram, so we're going to do a title, so that's going to be speed in a construction zone. And so looking at this, we're going to say speed in a construction area, and we're going to do bars. And so we're going to come up 2, 3, we're going to start at the lower limit, and we're going to go to the next lower limit, because these 3 individuals went from 33 to 35, and the next group starts at 36, so these bars are going to touch. And so we're going to go to 5, and then we're going to go up to 6, and then we're going to go up to 6 again. And if I could draw straight lines, and then we're going to go to 4, and we're going to go to 4, and then we're going to go to 2. And so this is a histogram. Again, remember that the bars are going to touch, and we're going to go from lower limit to lower limit. Now we want to identify the shape of this distribution. So if we look at this distribution, our highest peaks are here, and we go down on both sides. We have 2 here, and we have 3 here, so it's approximately bell-shaped. Not exactly, but our 2 highest peaks are approximately in the middle, so we have approximately bell-shaped. So the next thing that we're going to look at is we're looking at a time series plot. And most of our time series plots are line graphs. And we're talking about the number of housing permits. So I'm going to go ahead and put a title on here, housing permits issued, let's see here, from 2000 to 2009. So we're going to look at making this a line graph. And so I'm going to come here and say, here's our years. And I'm going to say 2000. And I'm actually going to make this to where we're just doing 09. So we're looking at 09. Or I'm sorry, this should be 2000. So 2000. And we're going to go up to 2009. So let's see here. And we're going to keep on going. And I try to do it evenly spaced, but it's a little more difficult if you don't have rulers or things like that. So we have to approximate. And so here's 2009. And then I'm going to look up here and notice how all of these are in the 1 millions. These are in the 100,000s. So I'm going to say over here, these are number of permits. And I'm going to say that these are in 100,000s. That way I don't have to go all the way up, okay? And I'm going to put what's considered a scale break here. And because notice my smallest number is going to be 5. And so I'm going to go from 5 to a 20. So there's 5, 10, 15, and here's 20. So actually, since I'm doing it by 100,000s, I don't really have to have the scale break. So I can go 5, 10, 15, and 20. And then, let's see here, in 2000, we were at about 15, because that would be 1,500,000. And then here we were a little bit above it. And then here we were at 16, so a little bit higher. And then a little bit higher. Here we were almost at 20. In 2005 we were actually just over. 2006 we were back down to close to 17. 2007 we were down at 13. And then we were down here at 8. And then we were down here close to 5. And then we connect our dots. And this is a time series. And that's all we're looking at when we're looking at a time series. And then we just look at, say, what year was the number of housing permits the highest, and that was in 2005.